One. Hello guys, and welcome to another 1v1 on Company Heroes. Today we have a game on Millroad, and I've heard it's a cluster of a game. So the players today are, as the Wehrmacht is Atlas, and his opponent is Salmon, playing as the Soviets. So Atlas is running the Jaeger infantry doctrine, one of the better doctrines that the Wehrmacht have at their disposal. They also have elite troops and Luftwaffe, so we may see some G43s in the game today. I don't think we're going to see Luftwaffe, but hey, who knows, I like a good surprise. Salmon, on the other hand, is running the Guards motor coordination, once again, very big meta doctrine for the Soviets. Shock rifle, so we may see a KP8 flamer and those shocks. Or, of course, airborne, another potent doctrine for the Soviets. It's very standard capping orders for everyone. We're just capping the fuel for both players. And the slow engagements on the right side. So I have conscripts flanking the building in the right side. And the pioneers are going to jump out, not wanting to fight that engagement. Going back up towards the fuel, but the conscripts are lingering about. The pioneers are in a good state, half health now. No more drop. There we go, first more drop. No, you have to get out of there. They do get out of there finally, not doing that much damage to the engineers, and could drop another model. No, they're fine. Our third grenadier coming out for Atlas. In the meanwhile, we do have the 4 grenadiers of the Soviets, so we may see the airborne troops tactics doctrine. These grenadiers are going to lose out to the conscripts on the fuel, but they didn't get the capture either. Trying to go for it, but no, those conscripts are not allowing it. In the meanwhile, we have a suppression from the MG on the left. Yeah, I thought it was the MG bunker there. But it seems that they were just out of range and it was this MG here.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
They didn't get the capture. They went off it at the last second, so they didn't capture the fuel. Very bad timing there for Salmon.
We can now build light mechanized infantry.
So this small engagement on the right side, the conscripts are going to jump out of the building and try and get away from the pioneers and the grenadiers. The pioneers are chasing, so the grenadiers are going to cap the fuel. In the meanwhile, the conscripts are going to back up towards the capture point. They're going to ooh away from the pioneers, not wanting to deal with their MP40s. Now we've got reinforcing conscripts, so the pioneers have to be sent packing. They don't want to get caught out themselves. Conscripts were chasing, but there is double grenadiers on the retreat path, so they're protecting their pioneers there. Fuel being once again captured by the Germans, and that was a rifle grenade, it looks like, but didn't do any damage. Or very minimal at least. Conscripts, though, nevertheless sent back home. Well, we'll look at what we're building. We got the tier 3 for the Americans. Where did they come from? No, the Soviets coming out, and he's quite far away from getting a T-70. Of course, it's only 5 minutes. Got a couple more minutes usually. We do have tier 2 being built up by Atlas, and he has locked in the Jaeger lights, or rather the Jaeger infantry. Does give him the Jaeger light upgrade and the Jaeger command squad, as well as later on gets the light artillery barrage, which can be quite the bane of support weaponry. And maybe we'll use that camouflage and sprint.
G43 rifles. Interrogation training.
Red grenades going off. Big shot onto the conscripts. The conscripts looking to get out of there, though, with the line of sight blockers. They should be fine. Then we have more engagement up slightly up north with the conscripts and the engineers and the grenadiers. Grenadier grenade dodged quite easily by the conscripts, and now they're going to push it onto the grenadiers. The grenadiers in trouble now. Lower health grenadiers there. They are sent packing instantly. We've got an M5 rather for Salmon, opting in instead of going for the T70, goes for the M5 half shot. Going to lock in that quad AA with the 80 munitions, and of course the Salmon as the Salmon, rather Salmon as locked in guards motor. No, he's the Salmon now.
A new half track has arrived.
We've got the 222 out, but this M5 with the quad up mount can definitely munch onto a 222. We've got a pack though coming out already for Atlas, very well aware of the possibility of a early light vehicle. Another fuel attempt by the conscripts. Pack is coming out now. See if it can stop the M5 from taking out the 222 because it's on the hunt.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Conscripts can now throw molotovs.
Go a snare up onto the 222. In the meanwhile, in the center, we have a Grenadier fighting the conscripts, but the M5 rather, or the M17 now it is dealing with the 222. The pack isn't set up. The back could save this, but no, it doesn't go down. The threat of the Grenadier snare sends it packing. Does not want to deal with the potential of a pack. So the 222 is still alive and straight away getting repaired. Nice attempt though by Salmon, but great defending by Atlas. Pack has set up, gonna go for a shot through the line of sight. Blocker does hit the crates here. Another shot hits the I don't know, the ground. I guess it just hit. Game froze there a bit. Can't remind myself to restart my game.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
MG42 has to press the conscripts, but this M17 is not happy about it. Coming on in, saying, no, 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 you're not allowed to press my man. Just look at this man. This hunk of a man. Oh, he's moving. Let's go with it. Oh, we're gone. Just look at that positioning, though. That's very claustrophobic. But in the meanwhile, while I'm getting distracted by a man in an MG build emplacement, we got a Pioneer fighting the conscripts, and now Molotov going up to the Grenadiers into the building. They're going to have to get out, but you have the Jaeger command squad coming to reinforce. In the meanwhile, these Grenadiers trying to help their brothers get away. A lot of damage dealt to this conscript. They're going to have to get back home. Now this other conscript's now in danger of the Jaeger command squad with the G43. Got the heel bunker up for the Wehrmacht.
We are losing a sector.
Look at the kills right now while it's a bit peaceful. Kills are definitely in favour of the Wehrmacht, as you might want to see in a game like this. But we do have another engagement, so let's take a look at this. Molotov going off onto the Jaeger command squad, but they're going to ooh out of there, or rather just sprint. Got the first unit of guards coming out now onto the field. Guards versus Jaeger command squad. They are going to hold fire. They don't want to reveal themselves until they want to. Nope, they can reveal themselves nonetheless. They're going to back up to the green cover on of the Sherman. But now the big push of the M17 and the guards and the conscripts are coming down in. The MG40 is going to suppress the infantry that do try and aggro. But the M17 now here is going to send back the command squad. Now the Grenadier and the pack. Well, the pack is actually in trouble, but the Grenadier trying to cover him off right now. But now the M222 is coming. The M17 is nearby. The pack hasn't been able to set up. The conscript is sent packing by the 222. Now the pack is coming to set up. The M242 is suppressing the guard there, sending them home. Now we've got a Ziscon now coming out for Salmon. We have an engagement up north with the Pioneers and the Engineers, but they're sent home already. We're no tier 2 yet for Atlas. Snare goes off onto the 222 over the bush. That was a hell of an arm. But with the pack nearby, the M17 is going to be able to sneak up on that 222. I'm loving the defensive play from this pack. But the aggression of the SOV is quite nice to see as well. It's constant aggression trying to keep back them. And now this Grenadier could go down if the... No, never mind. If they do retreat, not feeling lucky. So it's bleeding quite hard for this. Second pack is the choice for Atlas. So interesting to go for a second pack right now. Curious why he thinks that the second pack is a choice. Guess he does have the 4 Grenadiers, concluding that. I guess he didn't necessarily need a second Pioneer, but I mean it could have also been an option. I guess he's worried that the tank is coming out. Maybe he's going for something like an Oswin instead, because he always goes for the double pack to protect himself from vehicles. Mod up onto the command squad behind the Sherman, but they're going to get out of there. Resist barrage into the command squad. The command squad are going to beating there. We are going for only G43s it looks like, not one single MG42. It would be interesting to have like, at least one unit of the MG42 upgrade to provide suppression, not suppressive fire, but just fire support. Let's call it that. But the G43s do quite well on Millroad because of the line of sight blockers and how much flanking routes there is. Mainly crit on the 222, you very rarely see this. And now this conscript's in peril, but the MG42 and the Grenadiers, the G43s up here, they're doing a lot of damage. Will this go? Oh, it's going to go down. They're chasing. But the suppression on the other Grenadier is not... It does get the wipe on the conscript. Very well done from the squad. These are the G43s, which do have the increased accuracy on the move. Still seeing no tier 4 up for Salmon, and with the loss of that conscript. That being said, he has got the guards now. I just realised he went for guards motor and went 4 conscripts. It's very odd. You often see double engineer. Maybe it's time to get a tier 4 up and then replace the dead conscript with a second engineer in preparation for the T-35s that can come out. I mean, he's stacking up all this fuel right now. Could also get another guards if he really wants that infantry power. But he's already got 4 units of infantry, excluding the engineer. Can't just get the green cover onto the right side DP, but that's going to get deleted by the 222. So the pack is on sandbags. I guess that's also maybe another reason why he got the double pack, to take out any sandbags on top of protecting himself from the M17 and the vehicle that may have been coming out, which it hasn't came out yet. Very delayed. Do finally see the tier 4 up, and now we can grab in the T-35. He's almost able to get 2 of them, actually. Actually, no. He could get another T-35 M6 if he really wants to. Put on the pressure. Constant's very low on health there, so going to run away. Don't want to get too low. These conscripts also get overextended, so they have to get back. Take out the kills quickly. Yeah, really in favour of the Germans. And the army values once also is in favour of the Germans. Have our Panzer IV coming out now for Atlas.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Now the problem really is the fact that you can get a new T-35 very soon, Salmon can. So the double AT gun is not the worst choice now. Especially against T-35s, where the Panzer IV does actually struggle against.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
And both the cons on the Grenadier sent back and the MG40 suppressing the conscripts. T-35 has gone and made itself known up north. But the pack's moving on into position in the centre. You have one on the far right. T-35 is going to rotate to the right side, going for a attack ground through the thing, but does miss. The MG40 has to be displaced by the this gun. This pack is knows that the T-34 is there, but he's going to dive in there now with the Panzer IV support. The Panzer IV needs this pack support because the T-34 has a lot more health. But no, both sides have to get out of there. The aggression from the infantry now. The T-34 A5 is coming back in now. The pack is in peril. We have the big push from the Grenadiers from the base. The T-35 is going up north to try and go for that Panzer IV. And meanwhile, the MG42 is... Well, where is the MG42? Of course, it's in base. The big push for the G43s are munching on these conscripts. The conscript could go down. Just a 3 more shots. Bye conscript. Oh, now the guards are in peril. How fast that conscript died. That's the power of the G43 there.
We are losing a sector.
Second T-35 now for Salmon though, so not looking too amazing for Atlas in terms of the tank war. But with those 2 conscripts dying, very well done. The VP's not really in favour of Atlas though, but I still think he definitely got the chance. Just be careful he doesn't really get screwed over by the T-35s. MG42 was suppressed and sent packing.
Rebels are seizing a sector.
Alright, let's see. So we have the M17 suppressing the command squad on the Grenadiers, or maybe they're not. There we go, suppression fine hitting. And now the discharge directly on them. Big amount of health damage, but not a single more. Okay, perhaps one was dropped. We're not too far for another Panzer. So another 20-yard fuel.
Redouble your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
Really needs to make a move though, soon enough. Wait for that, maybe wait for that Panzer IV and then do a push, because you need to cap these flags. He's got a triple cap right now
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
against him. He's got the infantry, he just doesn't have the tanks. The T-35. Oh, well, there goes the bridge there. Yes, that can be destroyed. Also, there's a... I don't know if anyone's picked it up yet, but there is a medical supply back here as well. Little Easter eggs for you. Big shot from the T-85 onto the Grenadiers. We have a anti-tank strafe onto the T-35, but instantly walking out of that. Really isn't that great of a strafe, to be honest with you. Finally got that second Panzer IV in the build, but he really needs to capture these flags. He's got one of them though, so he hasn't got the triple cap. T-35 went a little dip and my frame just went dropping. Big crit there by the T-35. The Panzer has lost its main gun, so it's going to have to get repaired. I played a couple of games earlier, Felix. I raged. I lost one on Faymanville and I won one. Oh right, I lost another, so it was 3 games.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Yeah, one was talking about making a drinking game about how much about if I complain, triple shot. If I win a game, you just basically dunk yourself in a barrel of alcohol. I was Faymanville South. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was South, I think. So T-35s have gone diving in with a pack scene with the sport. I was Americans as well, Felix, for reference, all the Americans on Faymanville. Snare onto the T-35, that could be a dead T-35. The M17 takes the shot though. Trying to escape here, the T-555, but no, the pack is like, not today. We do have Katusha as a replacement.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
So those are M17 and the T-35 in that failed push there. I mean, he did get the MG42, so, you know, there's something there. Of course, he also got one of the Panzers, but still. Big grenade there onto the concrete. Looks like they're going to get out though, unless they get the good crits there. Or rather, just the good shots. But no. The thing is, Salmon didn't need to make a GG push because he was he's Soviets in ahead and late game. You don't like the Soviets. You don't need to be that greedy. When you're that far ahead as Soviets, you just have to keep pumping out yourself and overwhelm them. If you can force your opponent to have to attack you, let them lose stuff, and you just instantly replace them because you're Soviets.
Capturing supply sector. The enemy is taking what we have secured.
So he's already replaced his, one of his tanks with T-34 76. It's only a 76 variant, but it's still a good tank when it hits its targets. So, you know. Everyone's just going back to lick their wounds right now. Salmon now ahead in value, but not for too long, I don't think. If he wants to keep up the pressure now, it's ideal. But with the double path, though, he's just, yeah, he needs to utilize his Katyusha well. Guard's just walking into death right now.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
T-45 is going to get shot by the... Oh, what? Snared for the Panzer. I don't know what is happening. I'm running out of words. MG42 was stolen by the conscript while the Panzer IV trying to limp itself away. We've got a grenadier that just gets out. Yep, just gets away. Big push though from the grenadiers down here. The Ziskin has to displace itself, but the T-36 trying to cover it off. Doesn't want to get snared, so has to reverse out of there. Ziskin is stuck here. What are you doing, Salmon? Bye-bye, Ziskin. Now the pathing of the T-34. He's going to go away. I'm actually surprised we didn't see a sprint to get to the snare. Maybe it wasn't worth it. I don't know. You get the packs here. Maybe there was worth a snare, a sprint snare. T-45 is moving on up. The pack setting up low. Big shots into the T-45. But there's got two neutral stars right now and one captured by the Wehrmacht. They're trying to get himself back into this game with a second Panzer IV. It has fired, but I guess it fired in the back onto the MG. This did get taken out by the Panzer IV, and meanwhile their command squad is then packing home. Oh no, the T-35 has just got taken out by a what could only be called as a foe. I don't know what that T-35 was doing up there, just driving up, getting instantly wiped out by the double pack Panzer IV. Katyusha barrage now onto the packs. But long range like that, the spread is abysmal and is dodged by the packs. I actually don't see why he did this anyway, because of what value are you getting? Maybe you'll do a couple of wound damage on them, but I still don't think the value is there unless you're going to do something about it. But now with the double panzers coming on up with the tank priority, they want this T-35 76. One shot connects. No snare on the Panzer. Second one misses. Going for the Blitzkrieg in. Second shot goes on. Connects, or third shot rather. They want this with the Katyusha as well in danger. Bye T-35 and bye Katyusha. Very nicely done by Atlas. Oh no, he's one for the line of looks like Blocker. Never mind, maybe I'll retract my statement. Kill the Katyusha! Kill it! Bye bye Katyusha. Okay. It's okay. He took it out.
new T-34 standing by.
Now this Panzer IV actually may be in danger with the new T-34 the T-34 missiles. Good lord. Mark target coming on in, both tanks missing. That is a big amount of damage. This could be, well it is, there's without doubt this is or should be a dead Panzer IV. The pack's going to try and set up because they trade for trade. No! He doesn't take it out! He doesn't get the finisher! Why is happening in this game? I mean, I was told it was a cluster of a game and, well, I wasn't lied to. OBS, can you fuck up, please? Thank you. Anyway. Do you have a snare though? Okay, interesting.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
All's quiet on the fronts right now, and I need a drink, so.
Well done, comrades. We are awaiting orders.
I was just about to say there's an OST win there in the build for the Wehrmacht, but they cancelled it. Army value is just dropping heavily for Salmon. And we just seen a mine go off onto the Panzer IV. Let's follow this guy for a little bit, see what he's up to. He hasn't had a good time so far. He's on the hunt for some pioneers, that's what he's doing. There's this voices about the Panzer IV, but not too much damage. We do have another mine being placed here. I think, yeah, we will. We can go down. Got a third Panzer IV now, and it's in reverse positions with the Wehrmacht now with the dominating tank superiority. I do love the voice acting in this game. So we have Pioneer, we have the Panzer IV against the conscripts. Where's the T-34? The T-34 is leaning about. Do you have a Zis gun as well? Can't see another T-35 very soon. Salmon has to stop throwing his tanks right now. He's getting them in, but yeah, he needs to just store up another T-35. If he gets another one, he can deal with these Panzers. The thing is, he's so far ahead in points, he just doesn't need to keep pushing and pushing and losing all his stuff. Let Atlas be the aggressor. Aggressor. Yes, it's a new dinosaur we found out recently, the Aggressor.
The sector is at risk.
another dish, because then the Maxim is going to suppress the command squad. In the meanwhile, we've got a capture on the mid by the guards. They're going to merge from the conscripts. Now it's Tifa Vavo is in a weird position, but they are going to mark targets, so that's going to give them some threat range. The packs are setting up. The packs are going to set up, and nope, no fire shot, no shot there. No. Oh, how quickly are the table turned? Yes. Big shot there. Is that friendly fire there? Does a friendly fire shot just wipe out that Pioneer?
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
Snare onto the Panzer IV.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Now the packs are on capping duty. Well, Rip Grenadiers. They are mine disarming duty there. And because they're not pioneers, they're blown up in the face. All the Panzer IV is actually quite damaged.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Our squad is walking into their deaths right now. Resistance targeting the Panzer IV, that's backing up. Got another T-35 down south, but that's kind of doing Tokyo Drift right now. And that is a dead T-34. Bye-bye. And good luck. It looks to be a GG perhaps there. Another tank down.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
No. This one's getting damaged. Atlas just needs to grab all the flags now and hold.
Infantry squad.
Or maybe just go for that GG. I mean, they're definitely the conscripts aren't going to stop, let them win. Big grenade onto them. This did go down as well. Another conscript squad going to go down, and Salmon surrenders. GG to Atlas. Very well done. A great comeback. Take a look at the kills quickly. Very in favour of Atlas and the Wehrmacht, and of course the army value is. But yeah, both great. Played great. I do think Salmon overextended way too much. You just had to hold, especially considering how much little points you had against him. Kept throwing stuff, but you know, it is what it is. So GG to both players.